Hello everyone and welcome to FITV. My name is Clarence Chongo for Financial Insight. We are at Land-Linked Zambia 2025, which is Zambia's premier transport and logistics conference. And I have the pleasure of sitting here with the Honorable Minister for Transport for the Republic of Tanzania, Professor Makame Mbarawa. Sir, thank you very much for...
Thank you so much for inviting me here in this program.
Indeed. Okay, so just to set the scene, you obviously have an important portfolio running the transport ministry in Tanzania. If you could just explain to our audience what that entails and the objectives that you wish to achieve.
We well know that infrastructure, especially transport infrastructure, is very important for the development of any economy of any countries, also for trade facilitation, also between the people-to-people engagement. With a proper infrastructure, you can move your goods from one location to the other. Then you can do a good business from one location to the other. We as a government in the Republic of Tanzania, we know that transport infrastructure is quite important for the development of the country.
Absolutely.
In order to make sure that we're going to use the advantage of this infrastructure, the government decided to invest heavily in development in transport infrastructure, especially railway.
Yes.
As you know that currently we are construction a standard gauge railway from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, from Tabora to Kigoma, from Uvinza to Kitega, Burundi, up to DRC. This project is divided into two phases, basically three phases. The first phase starts from Dar es Salaam to Mwanza, which is 1,560 kilometers, and it was divided into 5 lots. Lot 1, lot 2, lot 3, lot 4, and lot 5. Lot 1 started from Dar es Salaam to Morogoro, 300 kilometers, has been completed. Lot 2 from Morogoro to Dodoma, which is around, basically from Dar es Salaam is 400 kilometers, is completed. And the people now are using the service of standard gauge railway.
Absolutely. I think we've seen evidence of that.
The unique of this railway is the speed of the railway.
Yes.
Normally, the speed of railway we use in the region, you're talking about 100 kilometers per hour, 100 kilometers per hour for passenger railway. But for this railway, the speed is 160 kilometers per hour. If we've got 400 kilometers, you can move for 3 hours. That is fantastic speed.
High speed, yes.
You can't say high speed because high speed, you're talking about 200 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
But this is a good speed, especially for the region.
Okay.
For the cargo, the train can move up to 120 kilometers per hour. That means that you can travel your cargo from Dar es Salaam up to Mwanza, which is 1,226 kilometers, for about 10 to 12 hours. This is a very good speed. So that is phase 1. Phase 2 started from Tabora up to Kigoma, and then we're coming from Uvinza to Msongati, which is a border between Tanzania and Burundi, and then we're going to Gitega, Burundi. And we're talking about 200 kilometers. The entire cost of the project, you're talking about $10.5 billion. This is a massive project.
It's huge.
And what we are doing, this objective of doing it is a collaboration between Tanzania, Burundi, DRC, and other land-linked countries. That is very important. This is one. Secondly, you know that we have got a railway from Dar es Salaam port to Kaplimposhi, Zambia. The total length, TAZARA, which is total length 1,860 kilometers. But currently the railway is not a good shape. So the government of Tanzania and government of Republic of Zambia, together with the government of people of China, we decided to negotiate to give a concession to a Chinese company to operate the railway. And the total investment of this project, we approximately around $1.4 billion. $1 billion will go for the rehabilitation of the infrastructure, trucks and bridges, and 400 million will go for the purchasing the wagons or rolling stock. So in Tanzania, there's a lot is going on, but we can't do alone as a government. Also, we have invested, or we have invited private sector. Currently at the port of Dar es Salaam, we have got a private sector which are working there. We have got a DP World working at berth number 3 up to 7, and also we have got Adani, which is working from berth number 8 to number 11. So we are doing this to make sure that we improve the infrastructure for better life of our people.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that. And you're here with us at Land-Linked Zambia 2025. I understand that there was a ministerial session yesterday, and there probably will be another one today. What are your key takeaways and from these interactions?
My key takeaway in this interaction, first, collaboration. Collaboration is a key word here.
Okay.
Because you can't work alone. You need to work as a team. You need to work with the neighboring countries, because you can't build a railway, only a railway in your country. You need to have a railway which can join different countries, especially regional countries. So the most important message coming from this meeting is collaboration. The challenge will be there during the implementation of the project, but together we can conquer those challenges. So we are ready to work with our neighboring country from Zambia, Burundi, DRC, Malawi, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so apart from the work that's being done on the TAZARA, is the government of the Republic of Tanzania looking to make any more deals with Zambian businesses to further this collaboration that you are talking about?
I think we still going to work with Zambia, especially when you know we've got a challenge, especially in Tunduma border. There is a number of challenges in the Tunduma border. The congestion is very, sometimes the congestion is it's a difficult situation. So we need to work as a team to make sure we minimize congestion as much as possible.
Okay.
If we are doing so, we cut the transit time in the border as much as possible. And this way we can move the cargo from Dar es Salaam port to Zambia as soon as possible, compared with today. Because today you can spend 4-5 hours at the border. This is not good.
And what's leading to that? What's the biggest problem that leads to this bottlenecks and congestion?
There are two issues here. The main issue basically is the road.
Okay.
The roads are not, they are narrow. We need a wider road.
Okay.
That is one. And why we decided now to go for TAZARA. Okay. Because if you transfer your cargo by TAZARA, you don't have that congestion. Or by train, we don't have that so much congestion. Okay. So we're going to move as much as possible our cargo to go to railway system rather than road transport.
Most people perceive railways to be too slow. Like, you know, the cargo will take forever to get from point A to point B. And this is why I think, I could be wrong, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is why I think that most people prefer road, because they think it's faster. What advice do you have around that?
I think you are totally wrong. Okay. Because we build SGR today. The SGR for cargo is 120 kilometers per hour. Your truck on the road, big truck, is going about 90 kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour, but remember, there's a lot of congestion.
I see, yeah.
On the road. Accident can happen. But on railway line, there's no congestion. Yeah. The railway is coming straight. That is all the railway system. All the railway system, they're going 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah. We are phasing out those type of railway. And why they are going 50 kilometers per hour? Because we never did a proper maintenance to our lines. If we did our maintenance properly in our line, we should be able to get at least 90 kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour is better than on railway than the roads. If you decide to move all your cargo on the road, your lifespan of a road is very short.
Yeah.
It's very, very short.
Yeah.
You can, instead of road to use 30 years, if you're going to put a lot of load on the road, you're going to use 15 years.
Yeah, yeah.
But railway is built dedicated for transporting heavy goods or heavy cargoes. That is very important.
So if we imagine a future where the entire region had ideal transport and logistic solutions, what can you say how you would visualize that to be? What kind of system do we need in place for our cargo and people transport to be ideal for the region?
I think when today here I'm looking 10, 20 years,
yes.
So I see most of the country will develop or will build standard gauge railway.
Okay.
High-speed standard gauge railway. Or not high-speed, but at least 120, 130, 140, up to 190.
At least higher speed than now.
Yeah, than now.
Okay.
190 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And this will minimize a time to transport the cargo from one destination to the other. And the people, they will do better business than today. So we as ministers and leaders, we have a big responsibility to push forward this agenda to transform our railway system into standard gauge, or to build a new system, standard gauge railway in our region.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Professor Mbarawa. If you have any final message for the people of Tanzania, or for the people of Zambia even, please.
Thank you so much for giving me this last chance to talk to the people of Zambia and people of Tanzania. My message is very simple, that we can't go alone. We need to have a collaboration between our country. We need to have a good collaboration between Tanzania and Zambia, between Tanzania, Zambia, and all land-linked countries. This is very important for the development of the economy of our people, and for social development of our people for all entire region. Thank you, and asante sana.
Honorable Professor Mbarawa, I thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Keep well and enjoy your day.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Professor Mbarawa, the Minister for Transport in the Republic of Tanzania. My name is Clarence Chongo, representing Financial Insight. Get to know.